This is a video looking at the updates for the membership on the website for the upcoming season. So if you go to the associated email and improved bespoke database. So if you go to the website, everything is pretty much similar to last year, but um, so if you're looking for membership, you click either the membership on the right hand side, or you go to the toolbar at the top, go to members area, hit the drop down where membership comes up, and you click into here. That then brings you into your options of whether we're choosing whether it's adult or juvenile membership that you're after. Um, you click the juvenile or the adult portion, and that brings you into another page where it's either the options here are either to pay in full or pay by installments. So before I go into pay in full page, the first major change to this because of I suppose a couple of Revolut issues and things like that from last year. Pay by installments is open to everybody, but it wasn't micromanaged in the sense that you could just go in and pay. You could just go in and pay by installments, but I had to chase down a few last year where second or third or fourth installments started not to appear, and I'm blaming Revolut for this because most people are paying for stuff online now with Revolut, and they're only putting enough into their Revolut accounts to require payment. Um, and there is a bit of a breakdown there. So the change here is basically it doesn't take you into a page. What'll happen here is it just takes you into a light box where it directs everyone that anyone wants to pay by installments that they just contact me directly. My feeling on this is that most people don't really want to talk to me, so I'm just going to assume they'll pay by paying full. Uh, moving on from the jokes. So then, if you go click into pay in full, what should come up then is the online form. And if you go into the online form, this is pretty similar again to last year. A few minor changes, it's little design changes you might not notice, but pretty similar to last year. Last year we didn't have this automatic box up here, so this is so on the background things have the functionalities changed a little bit. But for the most part, what happens here, like this, there's no other option. So the junior membership 120 is chosen here. You same as last year. Pick your options, and or sorry, we'll just go no here, none, whatever. Anything with an asterisk is the same for all. Anything with an asterisk here, just it's a required field, and you won't be able to proceed until they're complete. We just pick whatever junior B, and down here another change from last year. We've added the media policy. Um, if you're watching this early now, I believe we need to make this up. So in the next week or two, we'll have that created, and then you just click proceed to payment as per usual, as you would at anything, and that takes you into your payment page. You're not going to pay here, but it's normal. Click in your details, move on to the second page, and pay that with your payment page. There's only one option here, just so the drop down is so that's the junior membership side of it. So if you move back out of there again, so if I go back into membership, right, and we go, instead of going into the adult, where we're going this time is we'll go into the juvenile, right? So the juvenile page then is going to take them directly into the membership form again. So this is where they choose the right where they choose the right option. I suppose last year the thing you couldn't really see because the form is long was up here. You couldn't really see the cost of it. It also took you through a couple of different options before you actually got to the form, um, which wasn't really ideal. So I brought it all into one form, and you just click a button, but the options are there. Um, there's always going to be some micromanaging there to ensure that first childs are always going to be first child, and that there's no one messing around with the system. But that's the only real limitation. It's quite difficult to try and do that. It's just easier to manage the database, easier than trying to manage it on the form. So anyway, if you click any of these, you see, okay, that's fine. So when you click these, you'll see the total down the bottom changes. So if I click any additional child's 10, same with this now. So juvenile, second juvenile goes down to 70, or sorry, the first juvenile age 6 to 10. And then this is identical to the junior. So you just go same thing. You go down through the ages. It doesn't matter. 11. Hit your birthday. It doesn't matter what the date is. Male. So yes, okay, like first time registering, right? So this to pull this out of the database isn't this is these files, the birth certificates, will all be held within the back end of the website. So if there's any new children or whatever that come through and that they're highlighted through the database, I can pull these birth certificates as is needed there for their upload onto whatever you call it, the FEI website. And this is the same here again. So um, it asks for primary contact. The major difference, I suppose, here between the junior and the juvenile is we're asking for the relationship to the player. So we were asking them to announce what their relationship to the player that they're registering is, just to give a little bit more information. There's also secondary contact information here. So most people actually put in secondary contact, even though it's not an ultimate requirement. And again here, this is it. What you'll notice here, last year I tried to have I tried to outline the teams from a under 11s down. That ultimately became way too confusing. And it just because of the reds and greens and blues and whatever you're having yourself, like it just doesn't really help. So anything from under 11s down is just highlighted here in the list as either 11s, 10s, 9s, 8s, or 7s, as you can see. Um, I don't know what age I picked up there, 11. Cool. So then we go under 12A, we'll say there for that. And this is similar here, right, where we have the three with the terms and conditions, club policy, or the club rules, and the media policy. And then same as we've seen before, you just click register and it moves you into the payment page. All right. So that's fine, right? So once that's done, that's all the work that is needed on the website from a person registering for a player. Um, Next after that, so once somebody has submitted their membership form, what will happen is they'll get an automatic email. These were running last year, but they weren't as concise. They didn't have all the information on them, which was a little bit disappointing. But I've improved that this year, so all the information that they submit, um, outside of obviously the copy of the birth certificate, obviously, because that's an image and that's not going to be output as part of the email. But all other details are located on this, so you can see the membership type, player name, address, etc., is all down there. It also has the same note as it did last year. That the final step in the process for membership is to confirm the teams you're registering with and to sign up. So what I mean by that, obviously, is that So from the FAI perspective, the list of teams need to be notified. So that obviously comes from the managers, and the sign up for FAI net needs to happen. And in this detail, so you have to turn up on registration day there for the juveniles, and juniors are managed per team. And that goes down, and obviously then that's signed off because Leon's the registrar, so he signed off there as the so person. No, the reason why it says Martin Burke obviously is because I did a practice run on the membership page. Finally, then I suppose like this takes a lot of work, lads, but it's there, and now that it's in there, it should run pretty well this year. Um, finally, then this is massive change from last year. Now there was a database used last year, and it's similar to this, but it wasn't anywhere near as slick. Um, and informative and etc etc. So what you'll notice this year is the person actually who registered on the site, so the site member themselves, so their email first and foremost comes up here, like so that there's all the details that are on that form are come across here. There is some additional stuff here around added to this database as well, but this comes automatically, as well as a timestamp here. So if we want to see anytime somebody has registered, what date they registered, that's going to be recorded there. So you just say like when that fills out, you see a timestamp there comes up there. So that as soon as new row adds within the database, you'll see that happens. Um, Next, right, so this is the main database, but this is not a place that anyone needs to go to, and truthfully, they can't do anything with it anyway. All the cells and everything are locked inside here. There is nothing that anybody can do. They can go in, they can view the information, but they can't do any more than that. And truthfully, there is no need to. So for over the last couple of months, I suppose really since January, I've been chipping away at building a dashboard, right? And believe me when I tell you that these may look simple, but um, they aren't as they may look simple, but they take a little bit of effort to put together. So one of the biggest things here, right, is player details, right? So there's a question around player details, who they are or whatever. So there's a full directory now that happens. So every time someone enters into the member as a member at the start of the year, so anyone that's in this page is pushed over here, so you can see those. So there's actually four. If you go into, sorry, the members database, you'll see that at the moment there's four. There's currently four members, so you'll see their full name, either Martin Burke, Martin Burke 2, Martina Burke, Martin Burke, Martin Burke 3. There's four that are in there, and um, so if you go to the player search, you can see that. But obviously now when there's 400 or 500 members, you'd say, okay, how am I going to find it? Well, first of all, they're all in alphabetical order, which will help by alphabetical order by first name, but it doesn't matter. You can just type in the name and it'll take you to the name of it'll bring you down to the options by that. And as you put that in, as you can see, as it's registered over on the page, you'll see all their information is there, what team they're playing for, what their health conditions are, um, anything from their age, everything that they've put in, as well as obviously the membership type that they've chosen. Um, we move over away from that then, right? And there's another side as well. So if we want to see who's registered from what team, um, we can do that too. So I suppose first we can, if I reset these, we can go here, and as you can see here, look, we can see all members are stated up here. Their first name, their family name, the total number, total money is collected as per that, whether it's junior, juvenile, and there's no real organisation to that. This is as per the way the database is so as per entry, I suppose. Um, However, to move away from that, you can go to junior. So the player type, if you just want to see the juniors, again, it's as per entry, but you'll see who they are. You can just use the little drop downs here to fill this out. So if you go female, and you can see here, like we've got a Martina Burting here and the ladies senior team. Absolutely, that it's great to do that. And same here, like so of your drop down, as the teams are presented into the database there, you'll get your drop downs here. So this lady senior team, that wasn't obviously going to change. If we say junior A team, that's going to confuse things a little bit, like so. Um, so it's male. So obviously these things have to marry up. If you go to juvenile, same thing. Also, what you'll see here up here on the right hand side is a total, right? So if we say total junior, male, and all teams, right? So we have, you can see the total is 240, right? Now, and as people fill it out, you'll see that. So if you have, let's say, an under 14 team there that's got 12 players registered, those 12 players will all be sitting inside there with their names, and I can see that. And then obviously you still have your player search over here. The second dashboard then is basically a synopsis of every team, in terms of what their how many members each team has registered first and foremost, and the total money paid, the total membership that is paid. This is split up into four groupings. One is LDSL competitive football, the other is the LDSL non-competitive football, i.e., under 11s down, and I call it LCDUL. I know obviously that there's there's the LWSSL there, but all the women's anyway is serviced under this, um, and then there's the LDL. So um, that's basically it. I think from a perspective, again, we'll just reiterate with this. These are all locked. There is nothing that can change in these. I will share this out with the members that need it or want it or whatever, the members of the committee. No problem at all. Whoever needs it, we can share that data out with them. Obviously, be decided by the committee who is needed for that. Um, but other than that, this is it, and there's no changes can be made onto this. All you can do is change your filters, and your filters have to marry up with what is needed. Like like so, you're not going to get if you hit junior members, female, and hit the junior A team, it's not going to give you anybody because simply put, the junior A team is obviously a male, so that would have to be hitting male there. Other than that, I think it works pretty well. And that's it really. This was really just to avoid a long drawn out thing there at the meeting. So if go through it at your own leisure, and if any questions, let me know.